It's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks really. I didn't think this was going to happen, but someone who drives the car told me today that the check engine light went off. So that's a pretty long drive cycle. I'm thinking it's around a couple 100 miles. So let's see firsthand. I hope it didn't come back on. They told me this yesterday. Got a check engine light on this 2007 Corolla, and I wanted to try to get that light off. Driving this car to take an oxygen sensor off, the Upstream one, and replace it, maybe even clean it because I don't have a new one right now. But this is someone else's car. They're going to be driving it tomorrow, so I don't have a lot of time. So we're going to see if that's going to help maybe get that light off. Hello, thanks for watching the video. So today we're looking at a 2007 Toyota Corolla. We're going to try to replace the Bank1 Upstream oxygen sensor today. So with the Corolla here, there's only one bank, two sensors. I believe there's two sensors. Pretty sure there's two sensors. We're going to be looking at the one right after the exhaust manifold, right there. All right, so for replacing sensor 2, it's going to be after the catalytic converter, so you'll have to go underneath the car and just look for it on the exhaust or the tailpipe, you know, right after the catalytic converter. So yeah, today with Sensor 1, Bank1 Sensor 1, I've got a little tool here that I just ordered from Amazon. This tool will allow me to slip it over the connector wire. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Most people probably do. So yeah, it's got a groove cutter. It's cut out there. So we'll put this over our sensor, and we'll use the 3/8. I think you may be able to get a 1/2 inch too. This is a 3/8, and we'll see if we can get that off. Now, there's two options. You can either loosen the sensor first, or you can disconnect your connector first. I think I'm going to see if I can actually get it loosened before I even mess with my sensor or connector. So let me grab a wrench. Okay, so I can't see the sensor. I can't tell if it's rusted or not. Got the heat shield in the way here. We can take that off, I guess, if we wanted to. I'm going to spray some PB Blaster, though, in that area around. Try to get where the threads would be at. I wonder if I can see it from here. And we're just going to squirt around there. Alright, so we'll let that soak for a little bit. This car is actually warm. I drove it about 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, it's still a little warm. Let that soak in there. Maybe that'll make it easier for us to loosen it. Alright, we're going to take this 22mm socket for the oxygen sensor, designed specifically for them. And we're going to take the cutout and slide it over the wire. Okay, there we go. It's on. It is on. Don't know if I like that location. About like right there, maybe. All right, let me get my wrench. All right, so yeah, I think that'll be okay right there. May need to use two hands with this instead of using my camera in my left hand. I may have to put it down and square this up. I'm going to use an extension here with the pipe. And of course we need to go to the left. So we'll see what we can do with it. ratchet. Let me see if I can get a ratchet on this thing now. That's pretty easy. Let me grab a ratchet. And it's about time to disconnect the wire now that we've loosened the sensor so that we can start twisting it. Alright, so we've got a ratchet on now. Let's go ahead and disconnect it up here, the connector. So there's a push tab right here. See that? We'll push that and then we'll pull with my other hand out right there. There we go. That wasn't bad. Make sure that, yeah. Okay, we're good. And of course, when you put it back, just like that. Maybe need to clean inside here. That actually looks pretty good. Alright, remove the wrench. I think I can do this by hand now. All right, finally. There's our sensor. Okay, I'm measuring right at 16 inches. From the end of the sensor to the end of the connector. Right at 16 inches. I don't know all the parts, components, or the anatomy of this necessarily, but I just looked online. We have a tube, its outer surface is really dirty, and then a shell, I believe, is next underneath, and then the heating element is underneath the shell, and so I think you might be able to get to the element from this hole. I'm not sure, but what I'm going to do is try to clean this because I don't have a new one right now. I haven't even ordered one actually, so I'll try to clean it real quick. It's getting dark, so vinegar would be something to try, but vinegar is something that you'd want to leave it in for probably 4 hours or more. I don't have that kind of time, so let me see what I have. Alright, we're going to go with this stuff right here. So here are the ingredients, and I really am not that familiar with that stuff, but I really wanted to get some ammonia at Dollar Tree. They didn't have any, so that's what I was hoping to get. So we'll try this stuff right here. It's a pretty good cleaner around the home. Going to put it in our ultrasonic cleaner. Should be plenty. I don't like really going directly on the metal. So I do have a little sleeve here. Let me get a little more of this stuff. How about that right there? Okay, so we'll 20-30 minutes, something like that. Okay, so I went about 15 minutes. It's getting dark here, and it wasn't really cleaning anymore that I could visibly tell. I'm not sure if this stuff has vinegar, if this solution has vinegar in it, so we're going to neutralize it anyway. Yeah, it doesn't look like it did, or it'd be foaming. Alright, so next I'm just going to blow this off real good before putting it back in. It doesn't really, that side looks pretty clean, but that's just the this outer tube. I really can't tell what happened inside. So anyway, let's go ahead and dry it off. You're just using a duster. Alright, so my connector's looking pretty good. I'm not going to do anything to it, but if you do have some corrosion in there, you can try the CRC electronic cleaner. That may help you out. Getting caught up on something. So if you use two hands, you hold one hand, you hold the connector. I'm holding the camera, so I'm not really able to do that. Alright, there we go. Let's get the wrench on it. Alright, so putting the socket back in place. This socket's pretty cool. Easy to use. Now, right there we are. Got my pipe here. I don't know the torque on this, but going with that right there. I pull my wrench away. This socket, O2 sensor socket, worked out really well. There is a kit that I wished I would have bought. That is actually a better price overall. It's a little higher, but you get more of these sockets. I'll try to leave a link below for those. All right, now let's take the wire and connect it. Okay. Alright, so I had to use my other hand to give it a little extra push and snap into place, so that's what it's going to look like when it's completely seated and snapped in. Again, to get it off, you're just going to push this tab down and pull. Okay, so yeah, it's now heard it snap. So that's it for replacing the Bank1, Sensor1, or Upstream oxygen sensor on a 16 valve VVTI. This is the Toyota Corolla 1.8 liter. Thanks for watching the video. Until next time, have a nice day. Take care. Alright, here we are with an update. It's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks really. I didn't think this was going to happen, but someone who drives the car told me today that the check engine light went off. So that's a pretty long drive cycle. I'm thinking it's around a couple 100 miles. So let's see firsthand. I hope it didn't come back on. They told me this yesterday. Cool, it is off right there. So the code, if I didn't say this, all right, so I had to go look up the code again. I thought it was P0171, and it was P0171. I just want to make sure. So I've tried to make several videos related to P0171 with the gas cap, the MAF sensor. I have videos on those. All right, this time it was, you know, the oxygen sensor, Bank1, and that's probably the first thing you want to go. It's probably the most difficult thing to do, so that's why I was putting it off. And as you saw, it was not difficult to do really on this car. There's only one bank, and it is the Upstream. So anyway, thank you for watching the video. I also want to say we did not do anything else. She was getting gas at the same place. No other repairs were done. We just waited and expecting to buy a new one. So we don't have to now, I don't guess. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a nice day. Take care.